Yeah, skirts go get lower. Yes, they are. Blouses go come up and button higher. Yes, they are. Pants aren't going to be so tight. Mouth won't be so vulgar. Life won't be so nasty. I'm not here this morning to try to make anybody feel good. I'm on a mission this morning. Somebody's going to get delivered in here this morning. Now, the body is controlled by the mind. Therefore, if the mind is not correct, the body automatically is not correct. So Paul writes that we must be renewed by the transformation. Now, a transformation is the result of a decision to change. Yesterday, our Institute for Christian Living and Moral Values conducted a change and choice seminar. We're doing these things in ministry to help you because we know that we are sometimes trapped by the bad choices that we have made in our life. And this is a ministry that our Institute for Christian Living is offering that you need to take advantage of because, as you already said, so many of us are still trapped in choices we made so many years ago. And we need to escape from the guilt. Did I say that? Did I say guilt? We need to escape from the guilt of bad choices that were made so long ago. Because our guilt now is being used against us. I told you, Satan uses you against you. So what he does is he'll take your guilt when you know you let yourself down and didn't finish college. When you let yourself down, come on, can I say this? And got pregnant. Now, don't get me wrong, because every child is a gift, but I'm telling you, when you let yourself down, sister, by becoming pregnant, and it changed your life. Because once you have a child, you actually don't have a life anymore. Men suffer tremendous guilt for not achieving what they think they should have achieved by now. And especially African American men will blame it on racism and discrimination and prejudice. And truly, a lot has been discriminated against them. But at the same point, you cannot lock yourself in a pity party. Hey, about what wrongly happened to you 20 years ago. This is the 21st century. Why are you grieving over bad mistakes you made in the 20th century? The power of transformation is the power that comes after the renewing of a mind when you confess to yourself, I don't like the way I am right now. I don't like who I am right now. I don't like the way I have become right now. I know I'm better than the way I'm acting. I know I was raised up, stay with me, to be better than I am. I'm going to help somebody. Than I am right now. I know I was taught better than to be doing the stuff that I'm doing right now. I know that my God had a purpose for my life that came from my mother's womb that I have not reached as of yet. So yes, you're disappointed, but help is still on the way. When you, and I said this a couple of Sundays ago, and as I studied, oh God help me, As I studied, I didn't realize it was so thick as it really is, this dumbing down thing. I didn't realize to what extent this thing was now, this dumbing down thing. Denying your own intelligence to make someone else feel comfortable. You did what God said. You took that body, you educated it, you took it to school, you did homework, you did term papers, you learned, you have experiences in life that you now have that are valuable. But yet the world says conform to me. And that conforming means that sometimes you were dumbed down. My teenagers, where are you? Where are my teenagers? You all are the most guilty of this, and you know it. Because it seems like you're more cool when you're stupid. No, that's, you know, your kids come home with C's when they could have gotten A's. They didn't get an A. They didn't get the A because they chose not to get the A, because if they got the A, that would put them in the wrong category. But they don't understand. They can't relate. And it's hard. You can't, and let me say this in front of them. You cannot get them to understand the damage they're doing to themselves. That's why you just have to be a parent. You can't sit down and get you got to remember when you was a teenager. You can't really get a teenager to understand how much they're hurting their future lives when they play this dumbed down game. We have a generation of kids. The information technology industry had to create equipment for dumb teenagers to use. Because kids can't subtract and add anymore. Can't nobody tell you how much change they owe you. If the bill was $1.67 and you gave them $2, they can't figure out how much change to give you. So they need the cash register. Come on, stay with me. They need the cash register to tell them how much change to give back, because they can't deduce it in their own. And I'm not putting them down. This is just the reality, because I know a lot of them are smarter than that. But the world is conforming to society. And we in our life conform when we as Christians, raised to be Christians, raised in a Christian home, raised by God-loving parents or parent, and we find ourselves living a life which is completely contradictory. To what we've been raised to be. When we find out that we're living a life according to the ideal of others instead of our own standards. That's what the whole Institute of Christian Living and Moral Values is about, to help us get back to the morals, morals, which some folk don't want to talk about any longer. The morals of right living and right thinking. The morals that should dictate to us what not to do, what not to become.